Alright everyone, welcome back. Let's go ahead and look at these 4 division problems. The first one we're going to look at is 85 divided by 5. Just like we do with all our other operations, we're going to split our place values, and in this case we're going to write a multiplication symbol in the corner. Now, an alternative idea, if you can't remember your multiplication tables, is to write a T-chart, put times 5 in the left top part, and label them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You don't have to go to 10 because when you're doing long division, your column should only have single digit numbers. There's no double digits there. So we list out our multiples. Well, 5 times 1 is 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. Well, in the first column, we want to ask ourselves, how many groups of 5 can we get from 8? Well, if I have only 8 and I need a group of 5, I can get one group, and I can't because there's not enough to make another group of 5. So the idea here is to check, is 8 a multiple of 5? And I'm looking at my multiples here, and no, it's not. So then I want to try and get as close to 8 as possible using my multiples on the right side. So 5 is the closest I can get to 8 without going over. So when I'm at 5, that means I have one group. So that's how you use your T-chart here. So following our division family, we started with dad divide. So we did the division. Now we're at mom multiply. So 1 times 5 is 5. So now we're at sister subtract. So 8 minus 5 is 3. Now we're at brother bring down, so we bring down the next column, number 5. And now we're at Rover the dog. The Rover step is either repeat or remainder. And remember, it's only a remainder when both columns are complete. And since it's not, we have to go all the way back to dad. So now we're looking we're not looking at 85 no more, we're looking at 35. So now ask yourself, how many groups of 5 can I get from 35? Well, you can think of your times tables. 5 times what gives me 35, and we can recall that that's 7. If you draw your T-chart and you look for your multiples of 5, 35 is a multiple of 5, and that's from 7 groups. So there's the other way of looking at it as well. So that was dad divide. And then mom multiply, we just said 7 times 5 is 35. So we rewrite 35. And we are subtracting. So therefore, as per sister subtract, so 35 minus 35 is 0. Both columns are complete. So we're at the remainder stage. But just to double check, is there another digit we can bring down? There isn't. So we can say that 17 is our quotient. But just to double check, we're gonna check our work, which is the cat, part of the division family. Do your boot strategy. 7 times 5 is 35. Regroup your 3. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 3 gives you 8. Since these two numbers here match, we can say that 17 is our quotient. For 72 divided by 4, same thing. Split your place values and ask yourself, how many groups of 4 go into 7? Recalling our times tables, we can get one group of 4 but nothing else. So that was dad divide. Mom multiply is 1 times 4, which is 4. Sister subtract, 7 minus 4, 3. Brother bring down, 2. And now we're at Rover. Columns are not complete, so we have to go all the way back to dad for the division family. How many groups of 4 can I get from 32? Well, if I count by 4s, and real quickly, 32 is a multiple of 4, and that requires 8 groups of 4. So we have 8 groups of 4. 8 times 4, as we mentioned, 32. We're at 0. And that's when I did dad divide again, mom multiply, sister subtract. I can't bring another digit down because there's no digit here, so we can't do the brother step. The rover step now is at the remainder part. There is nothing left, so we're at no remainder. So according to this, our quotient is 18. But just to double check, do multiplication. 8 times 4 is 32, carry the 3. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7. These numbers match. So we have 72. Next one, 84 divided by 3. Once again, split our values, write our multiplication symbol on the top. Now, in our previous two examples, it's always only been one group. There are going to be occasions where you can get more than one group in the first column. This is one of them. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the t-chart again to show you what I mean. So I have 3, and I'm going to count. I'm going to do 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And go ahead and fill out all your multiples of 3 up to 9. So, how many groups of 3 can I get from 8? Well, 8's not a multiple of 3, so I've got to get as close as possible. I see that 6 is the closest I can get to 8 without going over, and 6 corresponds with 2 groups of 3. So that's where the 2 comes from. That's our dad divide. 2 times 3, which is part of mom multiply, is 6. Sister subtract. 8 minus 6, 2. Bring down my 4 for the brother step. And now we're at the rover step. It's not a remainder because this column is not filled in with a digit yet. So back to dad we go. Now we're not looking at 84 anymore. We're looking at 24. So how many groups of 3 can I get from 24? Well, if I look at my multiples, 24 is actually a multiple of 3. Therefore, 24 is a multiple of 3 when you have 8 groups of 3. So we have 8. We do the steps again. Mom multiply, sister subtract. We cannot bring another digit down because it's only a 2-digit division. So now rover is the remainder. Once again, we have nothing left over, so we have no remainder. So based on our work, 28 should be our quotient. But doesn't hurt to check. We multiply again to see if we get the original dividend, 84. 8 times 3, 24. 2 times 3, 6, plus 2, 8. They match. So 28 is our quotient. I'm going to go ahead and write those numbers in their respective blanks. And the last one. 96. Split our values. Multiplication symbol. And we're going to recall our times table facts. How many groups of 6 can go to 9? Well, 9 is not a multiple of 6. So the closest I can get to it is 6, and that's only with one group of 6. So 1 times 6, 6, 3. Bring down the 6. And I just did all those 4 first division steps real quick through constant practice. It's always in the order: dad, mom, sister, brother, rover. And then repeat if you need to: dad, mom, sister, brother, rover. And then when you finish, cat is the absolute last step. So we are here at 36. This is not the remainder because the columns are not filled up. So now I got to go back to dad. So now I ask myself, how many groups of 6 are in 36? And I'm boring the heck out of my dog because he looks like he's trying to fall asleep. So I'm going to finish this up as quickly as possible. So I can get 6 groups of 6 to get 36. So 6 times 6 is 36. You do my subtraction, it's got 0. So now the columns are complete. Now I can say that this is my remainder. I have no remainder once again. So according to our division process, 16 is our quotient. But as always, it does not hurt to check. Reverse your division with multiplication. 6 times 6, 36. 1 times 6, 6 plus 3, 96. They matched. So we can say that 16 is our quotient. And those are the 4 long division problems. We are going to go into bigger numbers. The next couple of days, I'm going to start showing you 3-digit by 1-digit. And then in the next week, I'm going to start showing you 4-digit by 1-digit. Just a heads up, long division never changes. It just increases by the number of digits in the dividend. So it's just more steps, but the process is the exact same as we did here. So again, parents, if you have any questions, please contact me on Class Dojo or through my school email, which is on our district website. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your night.